If you're facing a layoff or if a layoff is on the cards, know that you are not alone. I'm here to share 5 simple tips for you to bear in mind. The first critical thing is for you to know and understand your contractual rights and obligations. Pull together all your contractual documents. This would ordinarily include employment contract, long-term incentive plans, stock option plans, essentially anything that governs your employment and has an impact on your remuneration. Familiarize yourself with the different elements of payment and what would be triggered upon a termination event. You must also familiarize yourself with your obligations as an employee. These would normally come across in the form of a post-termination obligation, which would include things we're familiar with, such as non-compete obligations, confidentiality, and non-disparagement obligations. Now, the third thing to be aware of usually within this context of contractual rights and obligations is whether there is anything beyond this which would apply from statute. Now, Singapore doesn't have any mandatory retrenchment payments, but there is a tripartite guidelines that strongly encourages employers to pay between 2 weeks to 1 month of salary for every year of service. The second tip, do not sign anything right away. Now, employers ordinarily put pressure on employees to sign the documents within 24 to 48 hours. Do not be intimidated. Always ask for more time to consider, to deliberate, to check with your family. Most employers would oblige because this is a simple request and a big ask that they are placing on you. The third key tip is to consider the package on offer. Break down what the employer is offering you. Now, if you followed step 1, you will be familiar with your baseline contractual entitlements. Think, are they offering you anything over and above your baseline contractual obligations? What are those additional points that they're offering you? Understand what is on offer because this leads to point 4, which is negotiating your exit terms. Point 4, understand what leverage you might have against the company. Now, most employees don't realize, but they do have a voice in negotiating their outcomes and the packages. They don't ask because they think, oh, well, the company's not going to accept anyway. But if you don't ask, you don't know. And a few of the things that you may want to consider asking for would include being kept on the company insurance plan for the full annual cycle. Companies usually pay for insurance on a yearly basis. So even if they let you go in the middle of the insurance cycle, they've already paid for the full thing, so it doesn't cost them anything to keep you on. Another thing you may want to consider asking for is for your post-termination restraints to be waived. Now, this is often critical because it will impact your ability to take on future employment. Also be aware of the term of the non-compete obligation because sometimes it can be 3 months, 6 months, a year. Be aware of how long that period is, and if the company is not prepared to waive the entire obligation, they may be prepared to consider a shorter restraint period. Going back to the point earlier, if you don't ask, you don't know. So these are things worth considering. Another ask that individuals sometimes make is for an accelerated vesting of stock options. And if the company is not prepared to offer that, maybe you can ask for vesting to continue as per schedule so that you don't leave anything behind on the table. Now, in terms of understanding what leverage you might have against the company, you are most familiar with the company's ecosystem. You would be aware of what is unfolding in the background, what has led to this retrenchment. Is it a one-off? Is it a continuation of a series of retrenchments? Are you the only person being let go? All of this information places you well to be able to strategically frame your asks. Is the company going for an IPO? Are they looking to wind down? You know intimately what situation the company is in. Are they very press shy? These are all things to bear in mind as you frame your asks in negotiating your exit. Now, the fifth point is negotiation 101, which is always ask for more than what you are willing to walk away with. Now, if you have any questions on the above or if you have any concerns, please feel free to reach out to us. We are experienced in guiding key executives, senior executives in handling and optimizing their exit packages in a layoff scenario. Thanks.